on Tuesday and Todd County on Wednesday. This led us into Saturday flying high for the triple header against Liberty Creek, a.k.a. Gallatin, Tennessee, which was a 12-2 loss in 5 innings, where Hester Blankenberg took the loss, and we had just 4 total hits for the game. Next up was an 8-6 loss versus Christian County. This time it was junior Chloe Smith taking the loss from the circle, but the battle Lily Ferguson continued to stay hot with a 3-run jack on a deep field for a team-leading 5th home run of the season. The third game of the day came against Davies County, and that unfortunately came to an end after just 3 innings in a 16-0 loss. Abby Cottle took the loss from the circle in that matchup, and our girls just had fatigue get the best of them in that matchup. One thing of significance did happen in this game, and that is senior Allie Utley struck out for the first and only time so far this season. Color me shocked, because I would not have been surprised if she had went the entire season, being her senior year, without being struck out. I know that's something that she prides herself on, but after 3 games in a single day with 3 losses, I'm sure that fatigue and frustration can get the best of literally anyone. But congratulations on what has been an awesome streak to this point. That's only the 10th strikeout of her career in the last 3 seasons. Yes, 10 strikeouts over 3 seasons. That is not a misprint or a misstatement. And let's not fail to mention that junior Chloe Smith has also only 1 strikeout on the season as well, hitting a fantastic average, but we'll get to that in a moment. After a Sunday break, a much-needed day of rest, our girls are getting set to take on the Lady Eagles from West Moreland High School in Sumner County, Tennessee. We unfortunately don't have any stats or records for the Lady Eagles, as the regulations there are different for keeping statistics versus what they are here in the state of Kentucky. With only 10 games left, though, in the regular season, that's right, just 10 total games left for this 2025 Lady Cats season here at Franklin Simpson High School, our girls have, prior to this Saturday, had the bats moving in the right direction. Even prior to this season starting, we knew that pitching would be an issue with just the youth and inexperience, but injuries took that a giant step further in the wrong direction than what we had anticipated, which ended up forcing the junior Chloe Smith to step into the circle and act as one of the team's top pitching prospects. Chloe has done a phenomenal job just to step into the position that she has rarely had the opportunity to be a part of on a regular basis. But through 9 games as a pitcher, she has a 6.64 ERA to show off her incredible just athletic ability, a multi-sport athlete. This team's top pitcher by the numbers has been newcomer 7th grader who's getting the start tonight, Hester Blankenberg, carrying a 5.50 ERA through 35 innings pitched and 15 games worth of pitching action. She has been outstanding to take such a giant leap into this competition from middle school to varsity Lady Cats softball. From the batter's box, our top 5 hitters coming into tonight are Chloe Smith, leading the team in average, hitting a magnificent .519 batting average, followed by Utley, hitting .490, and then what has to be one of the hottest bats in the region in junior Lily Ferguson, hitting .353 and a team-leading 5 home runs, and that's, I think, 3 or 4 home runs in the last 3 or 4 games at this point. And then you got to talk about senior Jasmine Grover, who has worked to get her average up to an even 300 coming into tonight, after being strategically moved to the bottom of the lineup in recent weeks to bolster that side of the roster. And right behind her is sophomore Ava Holland, hitting .297, who also holds down third base on a regular basis. She won't be there tonight, though. This team's had to face all sorts of adversity this season, in injuries and lineup changes in fielding positions on the defensive side of the ball, but they have all handled it with grace and continue to capitalize on opportunities given to them. Tomorrow night is senior night, and we will spend most of the broadcast focusing on the attributes of each of our 4 seniors. But tonight, once again, looking to get off the snide of a 3-game losing streak and back to our winning ways and work back towards that 500 record again before postseason play. The season-ending 10-game countdown begins right now. Can our Lady Cats get back to 500 and get hot before postseason play begins? Can our Bats continue to stay hot here at home? We'll get to your starting lineups, all that and more when we return right here on 92.3 WFKN. All right, everybody, welcome back into 92.3 WFKN's live coverage of Franklin Simpson Lady Cats softball. We are all through our starting lineups and our national anthem here at the field. But I'll tell you what, we're going to hit them for you one time before we move forward. We'll start with the visiting West Moreland Lady Eagles. Starting at center field, number 27, Amaya Caldwell. Second baseman, number 45, Braylon Walker. Left fielder, number 13, Gigi Hale. First baseman, number 44, Miley Johnson. Third baseman, number 00, Kinley Holman. And then we're going to see catcher, number 20, Isla Tuttle. Then designated player, number 2, Ellery Purdue. And then right fielder, number 16, Elora Vega. And then in the 9 hole is going to be the pitcher, number 10, Lainey Parkhurst. Once again, I do apologize for not having any stats on these young ladies here tonight, or really any more than just that starting lineup, but we'll do the best we can in telling you all about them. And then starting for your Franklin Simpson Lady Cats, we're going to lead it off with the senior number 14, Allie Utley. She's going to be playing center field. And then right fielder, number 22, Ava Holland. And then third baseman, number 2, is going to be Chloe Smith. And then shortstop number 6, Lily Ferguson. Then catcher number 2, Jaden Coe. And then first baseman number 10, Caitlin Woodall. And then second baseman number 4, Kylie Scott. And then designated player is going to be the senior, number 24, Hallie Bowles. And then out in left field going to be the senior, number 4, Jasmine Grover. And then getting the start from the circle tonight is going to be 7th grader number 21, Hester Blankenberg. All kinds of excitement, at least for me personally, leading into this one because, well, quite frankly, we lost the last one against the Tennessee team. And, pardon me, I told you that Kylie Scott was number 2. Yeah, she's number 3. My bad. But, anyways, it's time for, two of my favorite words in sports, and that is play ball.
Center fielder number 27, Maya Caldwell.
Here comes center fielder number 27, Amaya Caldwell, left-handed hitter. Takes ball high, a little high and outside. That was a pretty good-looking pitch from my vantage point, but I guess it was just a tad high. I will give West Moreland credit. I love these uniforms. Those things are slick. Not a bad pitch again from Hester. Guess just a hair low and away that time. Lady Eagles in red and black uniforms. Foul ball. Red tops, black bottoms, and got all kinds of black and white going on throughout those. And those, that's probably my favorite visiting away uniform that I've seen so far through the season. That one is belted out towards left center field. Jasmine Grover's underneath it, squeezes it for out number 1 for a leadoff out.
Next up for the Lady Eagles.
Next up for the Lady Eagles is going to be second baseman number 45, Braylon Walker. Walker, a left-handed hitter as well. Now your Lady Cats, they're in the all-white uniforms with the royal blue letters and numerals. With Hester getting the start from the circle. Ball 1 outside to Walker. Jaden Coe has kept her responsibilities behind the plate rather than Chloe seeing time behind the plate. And Chloe's over on third, and we saw Holland. That one is chopped right back at Hester, and she fields it very nice and cleanly. Sends it over to Woodall for out number 2. Next up is going to be the left fielder, number 13, Gigi Hale. Now, Hale's a right-handed hitter. Tall young lady. That one's called strike. Now, that's one that I probably would have called low and away for sure, but on the other side of that, you know what? I'm not the home plate umpire. I don't like to call balls and strikes, but I usually get worked up at some point and end up calling them here. But good pitch, Hester. There we go. That one slapped straight away center field. Allie nearly overruns it, but reaches up and snags it for out number 3. We're going to just stick with you through this one because that was a 3-up, 3-down inning for your Lady Cats. See, with a young pitcher like that in Hester, I continue to say this. I'm sorry. I know you're probably sick of hearing me say the same things over and over, unless it's ding, 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 dinger. We all love to hear that call, of course, or that ball has been voted off the island. Those are some of my favorite calls. But the one thing you probably are sick of me hearing me say is that when it comes to young pitching, you just want to see them put it over the plate. Rely on that defense. Rely on that very good, experienced defense. We're not so experienced in the circle, so you just want to see them put it through the zone. Work it up, work it down in the zone, and just across the plate. Don't worry so much about inside-outside action. Just up and down in the zone. I mean, nothing more than that is truly needed. As I stated earlier, do apologize for not having any stats on the Westmoreland Lady Eagles. But the pitcher for them is going to be number 10, Lainey Parkhurst. Kind of watching her earlier in this one, trying to see what she's got out there. And I couldn't tell you how old she is. All these kids just about look the same to me at this point. Leading off, heading up to the batter's box is going to be center fielder number 14, Allie Utley. Ava Holland going to be in the on-deck circle for the Lady Cats. But Lainey Parker, she was throwing some good gas earlier. Allie lays down a beautiful bunt, and oh my word, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. It really doesn't get a whole lot better than that. Just a beautiful infield hit for the senior. She's going to be straight away to second base. Maybe if not the first pitch, then the second pitch. 1, 2, 3, and she's gone. And that one's lifted out to right center field, and oh, she got burnt. The center fielder, Maya Caldwell, overruns it. And she's going to have a triple, and Allie's going to come all the way around from first base. And the Lady Cats are on top in this one, 1-0. Ava Holland burns the center fielder. She overran it. Can't blame that one on the sun because the sun's behind her.
On the wind.
And here comes Chloe Smith. One of the most dangerous hitters in all the region, especially with runners in scoring position. She takes ball 1 high and outside. You know, these girls love being at home. Chloe's got 25 RBIs on the season, second on the team to Lily Ferguson. That one's lifted left center field, shallow, and there's going to be a play at the plate. Nope. Center fielder Caldwell squeezed it, tried to fire it inside, but probably a good 3 or 4 yards off the plate, and Holland tags and comes in to score for the second run of the game. So that triple pays off wonderfully. And here comes the cleanup with nobody left on base, Lily Ferguson with 1 away. Man, Franklin Simpson comes out and jumps on him quickly. Here's the pitch. That one's called strike, outside part of the plate. Parkhurst has been touched up very early in this one. Whoa, she got underneath it, and I mean, it was almost like she used her chipping wedge on there. As much backspin as she had on that ball, it would have caused a divot in a golf course. Got completely underneath it, and it bounced about 3 feet to the left of Parkhurst, and she fields it cleanly and sends it over to Johnson for out number 2. Okay, now here comes Coe, your catcher for the Lady Cats. She takes strike right down the pike. Coe really inside on top of the plate, choked up a lot. Now, almost the same type of hit. That one makes its way over to second baseman Braylon Walker, and she fields it and sends it over to Miley Johnson for out number 3. But wow, 2 runs end up scoring, 1 off the bat of Ava Holland on a triple, and then another on a sac fly from Chloe Smith. Man, this is a great start to this one. I mean, after a tough weekend, this is exactly what you want to see if you're head coach Doc Otto. This is great right here. But 2-0 Lady Cats as we head into the top of the second. We'll be right back with more Lady Cat softball action on 92.3 WFKN.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Even though I am a sunflower seed lover,
Those are my favorite.
I like the dill pickle.
Leading off West Moreland in the top of the second.
Welcome back in, everybody, to 92.3 WFKN's live coverage of Franklin Simpson High School's Lady Cats softball. We're heading into the top of the second, where the Lady Cats have already done some damage and put up 2 runs there in the bottom of the first. And we're going to see the 4, 5, 6 hitters to lead this one off for Westmoreland, Tennessee. And she bounces one up the middle. A chopper makes it all the way to the outfield for a leadoff hit in this one by first baseman number 44, Miley Johnson. Next up's going to be 00, the third baseman, Kinley Holman.
Kinley Holman.
Back-to-back right-handed hitters. Miley, that was a chopper down into the dirt. We've seen several hitters. Oh, and she attempts the bunt, but pulls back. On ball. Yeah, they're in the bottom of the first inning. A fantastic triple where Ava Holland burned the center fielder for West Moreland, overran it. As we see ball 2 from Blankenberg. And Utley comes all the way around from first. Holland holds up at third. Then Smith knocks her in on a sac fly. Lays down the bunt that time. Coe fields it cleanly. Oh, and she pulls back. Ran into her third baseman there. Smith trying to make a play on the ball as well. Runs into her catcher, unfortunately. And Coe cannot make the throw over to first. And here comes catcher for the Lady Eagles, Ayla Tuttle. Another right-handed hitter, and she's got nobody out with runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. That's a chopper over to Smith. She steps on third. Is she going to be able to turn 2? Oh, unable to dig it out of the dirt is Woodall. Woodall lets it go by her. And that we're going to see 1-run score. Gets all the way around, and Coe is going to get the relay in to home plate. And we're looking at a 2-1 ball game just like that on the throwing error. But runner is held up at third after throwing error there by Smith. And here comes designated player Ellery Purdue. It's a strike. Blankenberg, 0-1, 1 away. Runner now on third in a 2-1 ball game. Here's the pitch. High and inside that time. Looking at 5:39 here on Monday, April the 28th, 82 degrees and holding. And it sure feels like it up here in this booth right now with that sun directly in on us, straight out of center field. As Purdue slaps that one down the third baseline, foul. One-two count now. Let's see if Blankenberg can maybe punch one out and hold the runner. Wind up, pitch, swung on and missed. The off-speed kids are swinging. Great piece of pitching there by the 7th grader. That is just fantastic. Now, here comes right fielder number 16, Alora Vega. Vega, a left-handed hitter. Blankenberg checks her armband before she gets into her windup on that one. Here's the pitch. Ball low. Now that runner over on third feeling slightly less dangerous in this situation. Coe, knock on wood, has been a phenomenal catcher keeping things out in front of her. Oh, I don't know how much I agree with that one, but 2-0 count it runs to. Some wind here this evening as wind is blowing from left to right field. Here's the pitch. That one low and away. Okay, pardon me. Called strike. Okay. Maybe. I'm going to stop calling these, I promise. 2-1. 2-1 count. I guess a makeup call on that one. But that's okay. Blankenberg. Wind up. Pitch. That one's low and away. 3-1 hitters count now to Vega, the right fielder for the Lady Eagles. 2-1 ball game still. Runner out there on third with 2 away. Here's the windup. Pitch. And she's going to walk. Blankenberg's first walk of the game. And next up is going to be the pitcher, number 10, Lainey Parkhurst. Even though they had a 1-2-3 top of the first inning, they have come out and played. They've had some they've had some fortunate events happen for them, the Lady Eagles. We had a collision between the defensive players there at home on a bunt, and then we have a throwing error over to first base, and that's where the 1 run came around on that throwing error. But got to keep our heads. Ball high, 2-0 count now. Runner did advance, did Vega on down to second without a throwdown, of course. Blankenberg sets. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. Parkhurst gave a check swing, but didn't matter either way. That one was parked on Main Street. Coach Todd Cottle coaching his girls up there from the dugout right there. You can hear him up here in the booth. Here's the pitch. High and outside, count runs 3-1 now. You would like to see Blankenberg give her something to swing the bat at. Make your defense play, or maybe get, oh, there you go, jams her as the count runs full. Foul tip by Parkhurst. Tailed in inside quite a bit. Make her swing again. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Ring up another one for Hester Blankenberg. Nice job there, young lady, getting out of the jam with her second strikeout of the game and of the top of the second inning. But not before the Lady Eagles made their way around the bases. We got to keep our heads about us here if we're going to continue to win. We've got tonight, we've got tomorrow night, and then one more Lady Cat home game for the rest of this 10-game season that we've got left. It has absolutely flown by. So here in between the second inning, I do just want to take a moment and say thank you to each and every one of this Franklin Simpson staff member on the coaching staff, and thank you to each and every one of these young ladies' parents that put in so much time and effort and work. I sincerely appreciate you for letting me have a small part in talking about your kids, because, well, I mean, if you want somebody to talk about your kids, you want to talk positively about your kids. Nobody wants to think about anything negatively, and that is all that I hope to be able to do here, is put positive spins on each and everything that our girls are doing for Franklin Simpson High School. They work so hard in order to just be able to put a good product out on the field, and they want to win. They take pride in their game. They take pride in everything that they do here, and I'm very proud of them. I've got 2 young girls myself, and they do different athletic things, and I know the work that they put into it, just being as young and as little as they are. So thank you, families of Franklin Simpson High School. I appreciate you letting me talk about your kids. Now here comes senior number 10, Caitlin Woodall. Woodall, right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. That called strike. Man, strike zone's all over the place tonight, guys. Woodall, a .231 hitter coming into this one. Swung on and missed that time. Going 0-2 count now. Woodall steps out of the batter's box, takes a deep breath. Now gets her footing, looks over to her coach before getting back in it. And that one is popped up, and it is going to get down just out of the reach of catcher Ayla Tuttle. Great diving effort there by Tuttle, but unable to make her way over to it. Woodall getting some more coaching from the dugout before she heads back to the batter's box. Got Kylie Scott in the on-deck circle right now. Here's the pitch. That one is skipped in. Might have hit a 7-10 split there with that, but not going to be good enough for a strike. Count goes 1-2. Woodall set. Here comes a pitch for Parkhurst. That one's way high and outside. Count runs 2-2. Parkhurst, wind up, pitch, tap. Oh, and it falls dead in front of her. Oh, and she is just not able to get down first baseline quick enough. That was a very close bang-bang play. Good job by the catcher, Tuttle, to pop up out of her stance and get on top of it. I mean, that was equivalent of a bunt by Woodall. Just got right on top of the ball, and it fell dead flat right out in front of the batter's box. She gave great chase to make it down the first baseline. Unable to get down there fast enough. Scott is set. Here's pitch. That one is popped up. Get out of here, ball. Foul. Scott hitting .234 on the season. You certainly see the progression from her freshman to her sophomore year, and she sends one high in the infield, makes it over to shortstop Emily Mason. She squeezes it for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. And here comes senior designated player 24, Hallie Bowles. Hallie, a senior. Left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. That called strike. Finds its way over the outside part of the plate for the lefty. 0-1 count with 2 away. Let's see if we can get a 2-out rally possibly to go. Oh, really? Hallie didn't like that one. I didn't like that one. I don't think anybody liked that one.
Their pitcher did.
That's right. Maybe Lainey Parkhurst appreciated the exact same pitch, and that one's a ball. But that's okay. 1-2 to Bowles. Some rally now for Bowles coming from her dugout. Called strike 3. Well, 3 up, 3 down inning there for the Lady Cats on their side. But they're still clinging to a 2-1 lead heading into the top third against the Westmoreland, Tennessee Lady Eagles. We'll see what they can do out here on the defensive side of the ball with Hester Blankenberg heading back to the circle. We'll bring you back. We'll bring you back some more live action right here on 92.3 WFKN. I have been tongue-tied tonight more times than what I have all season long. I don't know what is the matter with me.
I said starting 5, so I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. Welcome back in, everybody, to 92.3 WFKN's live coverage of Franklin Simpson High School's Lady Cat softball. Heading into the top of the third, we are currently leading this one 2-1 against the Westmoreland, Tennessee Lady Eagles. Westmoreland, Tennessee, out of Sumner County, and they are going to be at the top of their lineup with center fielder number 27, Amaya Caldwell, up to bat. Left-handed hitter, 0 for 1 in this one. Here's pitch, shows bunt, and yeah, she didn't pull back. Call that strike, Blue.
She's got a pretty big gap in her.
Getting all kinds of coaching. I could tell you that just from what I've observed from the Westmoreland, Tennessee coaches. They are really coaching these kids. Shows bunt again, and she lays it down. That's going to go foul. Yep. Ball had a load of spin on it, and it falls down the first base line and kept spinning sideways. It was not top spin or backspin, but sideways spin. And it rolled, maybe a half an inch over the line. 0-2 count now for Caldwell. Just trying to get some base runners, I guess is. And she slap hits that one. And that one's going to go over to Scott. She's going to field it cleanly. Oh, and not get it in time. Over to Woodall. Caldwell beats out the flip of the throw. Shows off the speed there. You can tell that between Caldwell and Walker, who's coming up to bat, they very similar builds and athletic looks to them, and you can tell that the Lady Eagles are trying to get them on base. Runner goes, Co throws down, and Caldwell steals without even sliding into second. But you knew she was running on that. Tell you what, Chloe Smith is way inside. Caldwell looks like she might be poised to go to third. Nope, she stays put out on second base. But the threat of Walker to bunt. One count now. Here's the pitch. Now we're looking at 2-1. Two and 1 to the second baseman for the Lady Eagles. She's also 0 for 1 in this one. Here's the pitch. 3-1 hitters count now. That one just a little low and away. To the lefty. Blankenberg sets. Here's the pitch. Tries to slap it, and it goes down into the plate and back towards the backstop here. And count runs full. Back-to-back left-handed hitters to lead off this Lady Eagle squad. On deck is Hale. She's also 0 for 1 in this one. 2-1. Runner on second with nobody away. Slaps that one. Ferguson fields it. She picks it up, fires it over. Not in time to first. Runner's going to advance to third, and she's going to advance home. The way high throw. Runner's going to try to make it to third, and she is called safe. And no, she's out. I disagree with that. I think Smith got the tag down. But Woodall's throw went over towards the dugout of the Lady Eagles. We got a tie ball game now. 2-2 as Walker makes it all the way around.
That was a good slap.
Slap drove Ferguson deep into that 5-6 hole, and it kind of died right in front of her. She had to make a long and hard throw over to first. Here's the pitch. Hale drives that one. It gets past Holland. 1 run will score. Hale is going to hold up at second base. A little bit tripped up there on second. But, man, as Lady Eagles now take the lead after scoring 2 here in the top of the third, 3-2 ball game in favor of Westmoreland. Now, here comes the young lady who got it all started in Miley Johnson. Johnson, a right-handed hitter. Takes one, low and inside. That was a deep shot out to right field there by Hale. Right into the warning track in the bottom of the fence over the head of Holland. As Blankenberg throws ball 2. So, runner on second, nobody away. Here's the pitch. Called strike that time. 2-1 count. As the Lady Eagles, man, they've, after that 3 up, 3 down, top of the first, they have certainly turned it around here. Slaps that one into foul territory, and ooh, just into the dugout of the Lady Cats. Going to drive the count to 2-2 now. Excellent effort there by the catcher Coe and first baseman Woodall to chase after that one. Blankenberg checks the armband. Wind up, pitch. Slaps that one towards Scott. She's going to have to get on a horse to get it over to first in time, and she does. The runner does advance as we've got the first out here in the top of the third.
Third baseman, 0-0, Kinley Holman.
Now here comes third baseman, 0-0, Kinley Holman. Holman, a right-handed hitter. Holman way up in the batter's box there. Here's the pitch. Check swing, yes, she went for a strike. I'll be honest, I don't understand when hitters get way up into the batter's box. You get less time to react. She takes ball 1. I know that at times hitters will get to slumps and move around in a batter's box to try to work their swing out. Because as you know, you don't try to change your swing. Your swing is your swing. She takes strike 2. But what you look to do is to move around in the batter's box in order to break yourself out of a slump. And being that far up in the batter's box is one that I've never understood. Here's the pitch. Slapped high in the infield. Scott, ooh, oh, she drops it. It pops out of her glove, unfortunately. My goodness, she gave a running effort there. A run will score.
Next up, catcher number 20, Ayla Tuttle.
I believe that's the third error of the game now for the Lady Cats through 3 innings. 5 total errors. Hurts. Slapped right back at Blankenberg. She fields it cleanly, sends it over to Woodall for the second out.
Next up, the designated player number 2.
But we're
Ellery
looking at a
Purdue.
4-2 lead now for these Lady Eagles. And here comes designated player Ellery Purdue. Runner on second now with 2 away.
No.
The sun is hot today, even though we've still sitting over 80 degrees. That one slapped out into center field. Going to be a base hit. 1 run's going to come around. Let's see if they cut it off, and they. Whew. Chloe Smith runs down the runner. That run will score, though, because she got caught in a pickle. Smith cut it off there in the circle and chose to run down the hitter. and she got caught in that little bit of a pickle, but the runner does come all the way around and scores the 5th run of the game for the Lady Eagles. Sorry, I got caught up a little bit ball watching there and just trying to see what was going to shake out in that sequence myself. I apologize. That was interesting to see how that one all panned out. But Lady Eagles do quite a bit of damage there in the top of the third as they put 4 runs up on the board. And I think that what that was right there is center fielder Amaya Caldwell and second baseman Braylon Walker came in and showed off their athletic abilities. I don't know what their stats are, but I bet that they are good. Both of them got on base and made their way around the bases very quickly. But that inning was highlighted by errors, unfortunately. 5 total for the game and 3 just in that inning. Now, Lady Cats got some work to do. But leading off here in the bottom of the third is going to be senior Jasmine Grover, playing left field for Lady Cats tonight. She's taken to that left field position like a duck to water. It's been nice to see her out there and just handling business.
Jasmine Grover.
Grover, one of just a couple of left-handed hitters that we regularly see in the lineup. Her and Holland, in particular, that bat for a very good average. And she's bumped hers up to an even 300. She lets strike go by there. I was discussing earlier about where you stand in the batter's box, and what you see from slap hitters like Grover is she'll get in the back of the batter's box and take that one step forward, almost like a very well choreographed dance. Take that back foot and get it out in front of the left one. Try to turn on it. Let the bat do the work for her. Shows bunt, lays it down the third baseline. Beautifully done. Is she going to get there in time? Safe. She beats out the throw from third baseman Kinley Holman. I mean, my goodness. She was barreling down the first baseline. Right back to the top of the lineup now for Lady Cats. 14, Allie Utley, fellow senior. 4 total on this team. Grover, Utley, Bowles, and Woodall. Runner goes, throws down, gets underneath the tag. Shortstop Emily Mason, she tried to miss Grover sliding. In an effort to do that, she does take a little bit of a tumble there because the throw went high and wide. In an effort to keep her at second, she just takes the brunt of her own, tripping over her own feet, basically. Utley takes a strike. Parkhurst is she ain't out here messing around. That's 1-1 count now, and after getting touched up a little bit in the bottom of the first, she's come right back in, and that's something you don't see every day is Allie Utley swing through a pitch. Count goes 1-2. Parkhurst showing off some ability from the circle here in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. That one's lifted right at second base. And it Grover holds position there on second base, and the ball literally falls and bounces right in between her legs and just dies there. So I think you just call that an infield hit, but I mean that was the most awkwardly hit ball. I mean the position of that was unbelievable. The way that if you had a pitching wedge, that's how you want it to die on a golfing green.
Oh my God.
Oh.
And she's standing on the base.
She's safe. She's safe.
Man,
I mean, she can't get out
0-1 count there. We'll just, but nobody away, and we got 2 on. Holland swings through, foul tip ball for strike 2. But Plenty of speed out here on the bases right now with Chloe Smith looming in the on-deck circle. Holland with a triple earlier in this one. Taps that one out to left field. Is it going to get down? And it sure enough is. Runner's going to hold at third. So now bases juiced, nobody away. And here comes, oh boy, last time we saw this, she sent one flying out of the park. Last time we saw Chloe up to bat with the bases loaded here at home, it was against Russellville. And that one put us over the 10-run gap where we were able to run rule our regional rivals, the Russellville Lady Panthers, for a grand slam. Man, I apologize for laughing, but man, that is all over the place. That strike zone, man, it continues to, it's shifty. I mean, it's shifty like Kyrie Irving in the playoffs when he's not injured. I mean, that's a ball. 1-1 count now.
It should have been 2.
Here's the pitch. Smith. Foul tips one off. Looking at a 1-2 count now. Bases juiced. Nobody away. 5-2 lead for Westmoreland here in the bottom of the third.
That ball she hit the other day was one of the furthest I've seen a softball hit. She destroyed it. And that wasn't really that much further than
Parkhurst sets, wind up, pitch. That's a ball. I mean, I don't know why Tuttle's framing that. She's literally in the left-handed batter's box, but count goes 2-2. Smith. Now she's set. Here's the pitch. Lines that one out to left field. Oh, and the left fielder drops it. Hale, it gets by her. Everybody has to make their way around the bases. Utley had to slide into third. We thought that Hale, the left fielder for the Lady Eagles, had that one, but that's going to go down as an error on her part. But a run does score on that one. Bases remain loaded. And, wow, more bad news for Lady Eagles as here comes one of the hottest bats in the region in Lily Ferguson. Ferguson, that home run that she had on Saturday, I mean, was an absolute shot out of the ballpark. Here's the pitch. Called strike there. Count goes 0-1. Base is still loaded.
Come on, Lily.
Ferguson set. Here comes the pitch from Parkhurst. That one is dribbled right up the middle, and they're going to take the fielder's choice, but a run does score. So runners advance to second and third, but that's going to be another RBI on her team leading. I believe it was 28 coming into this one. No,
17, Jaden Coe.
27 coming into this one. We'll mark that 28. And here comes the freshman Jaden Coe, the catcher. But you know what? One away, runners on second and third. I'll take it. Come right back in this one. No, I wasn't tongue-tied on that one. I just couldn't say words going through my mind after the strike call. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 away. Coast set. Here's the pitch. Called ball low. 1-1. But Lady Cats have climbed back into this one a little bit. Now just a 1-run deficit. 5-4. Westmoreland leads. Ball 2. Woodall looming on deck. Coe, the freshman, hitting .222 for her average. Seven RBIs on the year. You'd love to see her find some green grass and add 2 more to that total. Here's the pitch. Slaps that one out. Oh, yes! Gets past Walker. 1 run is going to score. And the second run is going to score, but she's going to get caught in a pickle. They're going to throw over to first, and Coe is going to slide head first into second. She's going to be tagged out. But she took an awkward slide there. And she's down. Yeah, she had a very awkward slide there trying to avoid the tag. And, oh, boy. She went down hard towards her head. I think it just knocked the breath out of her there. Being the catcher, she certainly is one of the toughest kids on the team. That's what you see out of your catcher. I think she got a lot of dirt in her eye. Yeah, she's got a face full of dirt there, what I can see from here. Whole chest of that uniform is covered in dirt. Good job getting up and showing them once again how tough you are, Jaden. Here comes senior Caitlin Woodall, as your Lady Cats have officially retaken the lead after that 2 RBIs get totaled to Jaden Coe right there. Swung on and missed by Woodall. It's matching 4 runs to 4 runs here in the third are the Lady Cats. And retaking the lead 6-5. Here's the pitch. Foul tip. 0-2 count now to Woodall. These games getting later here in the season is where your seniors become swung on and missed there, unfortunately, by Woodall. You know what? We'll get back to that thought when we return, but fantastic work there by the Lady Cats to turn on that hitting prowess yet again here at home and match those 4 runs that the Lady Eagles put up in that one to regain the lead. And we'll head into the top of the fourth. 4's wild here. 6-5, Lady Cats lead. You're listening to Lady Cat Softball on 92.3 WFKN.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot. Shoot that. Hey, why not? Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Welcome back in, everybody, to 92.3 WFKN's live coverage of Franklin Simpson High School's Lady Cats softball. We're heading to the top of the 4th inning as your Lady Cats are leading right now 6-5 over the West Moreland Lady Eagles. Hester Blankenberg, the 7th grader, back out into the circle. Throws ball 1 against this leadoff. The right fielder, number 16, Alora Vega. Matching 4 runs apiece for each team there in the 3rd inning. We'll take a moment and give a very special shout out to all of our team at Franklin Simpson Channel 9. Putting out an excellent product for all of our Franklin Simpson athletics, our Franklin City Hall and school board meetings. It's if you're not subscribed and liked those channels on YouTube and Facebook, then you are doing yourself a disservice here in this town, because they bring you a lot of great information swung through and foul tip. Man. So Jaden Coe is back out there catching right now, and she just took a foul ball off of the thumb that also looked like it hit her in the shoulder. She took an awkward slide. I mean, she's going to need an ice bath after this one. All right, just gotten beat up here over the last half inning. But thank you so much to Franklin Simpson Channel 9 for all excellent service. Vega lifts one out to left field, and Grover is underneath it. Squeezes it for out number 1. I appreciate. I'm laughing at the dance some of the outfield kids give you. That is really quite fun.
Score 3.
9-5.
Now, here comes number 10, the pitcher, Laney Parkhurst. Parkhurst, I bet that she's got to be at her ERA or something like that here already. She's done fantastic from the circle for the Lady Eagles.
Were we winning or losing those things?
0-1 with one away. Wind blowing left to right. Here's the pitch. Foul tip. Goes the 0-2 hole now for the opposing team's pitcher. You've got to feel good right now if you're head coach Todd Cottle about your veteran leadership on the left side of the field right now.
Yeah, it's late probably.
And your good young talent over on the right side of the field. Got 2 juniors anchoring the left side of the infield on third, Chloe Smith and short and Lily Ferguson. Then you got seniors out in center and left, sophomores and right. Lifted out into shallow left field, right at the edge of the grass. Ferguson squeezed for out number 2. Now, right back to the top of the lineup in Amaya Caldwell. We'll see if Caldwell tries to lay down a bunt again and just get over on base, because, my goodness, the speed of that young lady. I hope for her sake that somebody has coached her into being a track runner. Because, man, she got down first baseline and then stole second without even an attempted slide. Here's pitch. Looks like she is, in fact, a traditional slap hitter as well. Her last hit died in front of second baseman Scott, and Scott's flip over to first could not get it there in time. Tries to take something off of it that time, did Blankenberg, and that's ball 2.
I would have done it for 3 again. I mean, it was got paid pretty good to do it, but
6-5 ball game here in the top of the 4th. 2-0 count with 2 away. Lady Cats hanging on. That's called strike. Count runs 2-1. Once again, these Lady Eagles uniforms are just fantastic. I don't know who they got to really design those, but I mean, they remind me of my generation. We had a magazine. That's called Strike 2-2. We had a magazine that got sent to my house once a month called East Bay. East Bay magazines are definitely before any of these high school kids' time, and I would sit and I would stare at an East Bay magazine for hours trying to figure out what kind of Nike or Adidas gear that I wanted. This was prior to Under Armour even being a thing. That one slapped at Hester Blankenberg, and she fields it cleanly and sends it over to Woodall for out number 3. Good job fielding there by Hester. I mean, Hester's had she's had to put the glove to work tonight. I mean, that's, I think, the 4th out that she's had just fired right back at her. I mean, she's been on it. But anyways, back to East Bay Magazine. Not that anybody really cares to hear my folklore stories of 30 years ago. But we had East Bay Magazine, and man, I would stare at that thing for all kinds of time. And oh man, Principal Grover killing the vibe when we were all getting ready to wobble. Don't know if you could hear the mid-inning music. There we go. A little bit of something else to get us back into it. It's head coach Todd Cottle. It almost feels like walk-up music now for him as he's making his way around to third base. A little bit of jump around. Kylie Scott going to lead this one off here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Bottom of the fourth, second baseman number 3, Kylie Scott.
Spoke in her last at-bat about the progression that she's made from her freshman to her sophomore season. Just in every way. Swings and foul tips. That one got underneath it for strike 1. Scott hitting well above the Mendoza line at 234. Slapped over to the 6 hole, and Mason fires over to Johnson for its out number 1. Here comes designated player, senior number 24, Hallie Bowles. 9-hole hitter, Jasmine Grover in the on-deck circle. Let's see if Bowles has got anything in store for Parkhurst. Swung on and missed that time.
Yeah, it's way outside.
Just a bit outside.
Bowles a lefty. Let's see if she can do some damage with 1 away. Nobody on base as we continue to cling to this 6-5 lead.
Come on, Hallie.
Wind up. Pitch from Parkhurst. Way high and outside. As we got a 2-1 count now. Bowles is set. Parkhurst is set. Here's the pitch. Slaps that one out into right center field. Center fielder Caldwell gets underneath it. Nearly got burnt for a second time there. Nearly overran it. But she squeezes it for out number 2. She overrun one in a huge way earlier in the game as it trailed into right center field. And she does not make the same mistake twice. Here comes Jasmine Grover. Game very similar to Caldwell. Outfielder with plenty of speed. Slap hitter. Takes strike 1. And thank you, parent, for saying that one like, Blue, are you serious? I mean, 0-1. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. Same pitch, same placement, ball. But here anyways. Here's a pitch. And that's a strike, yeah. 1-2 count to Grover. With 2 away, nobody on. Let's see if the senior can get a 2-out rally started. Wind up pitch from Parkhurst. Slapped foul that time. Back into the net.
Me too.
Still a 1-2 count
Need something going.
after the foul tip. We'll be focusing on our seniors tomorrow night. That one rocketed right at Parkhurst. She drops it and does no. Highly disagree, Blue. Woof. Off the glove of Parkhurst, and she lost it for about a half a second, picks it up and sends it over to first, and allegedly, we'll say, in time to Miley Johnson. But anyways, we're still got a 6-5 lead after 4 innings, and we're going to head into the top of the 5th with that 6-5 lead as Hester Blankenberg is going to head back into the circle. We'll be right back with you with more Lady Cat softball action right after this on 92.3 WFKN.
Looking for a place to connect, grow, and worship? Discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
Welcome back in, everybody, to 92.3 WFKN's live coverage of Franklin Simpson High School's Lady Cats softball. We're heading into the top of the 5th inning right now with your Lady Cats clinging to a 6-5 lead. And we're going to be looking at 2, 3, 4 hitters of the Westmoreland, Tennessee Lady Eagles. Leading off with second baseman number 45, Braylon Walker, a speedy left-handed hitter. Slaps that one out to Chloe Smith, and she catches it in time over on third before it hits the ground. Tried to poke out there, and I wish we had some replay.
Next up, left fielder number 13, Gigi Hale.
Joking about an alleged out over on first base, as we'll continue to call it. Here comes Gigi Hale, the left fielder for Westmoreland. Swung on and missed. Took a lot of speed off of that one. Did Hester? She's caught Westmoreland a couple of times. That's fantastic thinking, trying to get ahead. And throws a fastball right after the changeup there to get ahead. And this one, 0-2. One away early here in the top of the 5th. Hester's done a pretty good job so far this evening in the circle. Oh, and Ferguson had to move a long way in time. Oh, my word. And from her knees, throws out Hale deep into the 6-hole. Through the glove of Smith, and Ferguson picks it up. And from her knees, gets that one. I mean, wow. Somebody call Sports Center on that one, because, I mean, that's an MLB top 10 play right there. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be ball bounces in, as we're going to see first baseman number 44, Miley Johnson, in the batter's box right now. Got a 1-0 count to start with 2 away and nobody on. Hester's got to be feeling it right now in the 5th inning. And that one's going to be in for a base hit. Man, so some of the time, sometimes these kids just do the funniest stuff, and it reminds me of me. That right there is something that I would have done. Allie Utley's out in center field. Runner's just kind of trotting down to first, and so from center field on that hit, she launches it towards first base, and Woodall fields this one cleanly. A dribbler to her from Kinley Holman. As we're going to go to the bottom of the 5th. That cracked me up. But anyways, with 3 outs on 4 hitters that time. We do give up 1 hit, but no errors. Defense played well on that one, and still got the 6-5 lead heading into the bottom of the 5th. 7th grader holding it down so far from the circle. I mean, playing very well. We've seen our Lady Cats play really well here at home pretty much all season long. The girls have done well. I'm happy they're kind of getting some get back right now, honestly, against the team from Tennessee. We played against East Robertson here at home earlier in the year, and East Robertson just kind of took us to school. So we're getting a little bit of get back in this Kentucky versus Tennessee rivalry. Good job, girls, getting through this one. But we're going to lead this one off with senior number 14, center fielder Allie Utley. Failed to reach base in her last at-bat. And this is exactly what you need here in the bottom of the 5th. If you're a Lady Cat fan. Top of the lineup. Here's the pitch. Swung through and missed. Parkhurst, she has shown the ability to put some movement on her pitches. Lays down the bunt, does Utley. The bat goes way out in front. And she beats out the throw.
That's up to right fielder number 22, Ava Holland.
Great job showing off the wheels yet again is the Lady Cat, Allie Utley. Now, last time we saw this equation, Ava Holland. Oh, she's going to show bunt this time. Oh, and she's... Allie Utley, she's going to steal third and make her way all the way around to third. As third baseman ran in to pick that one up. Great heads-up base running there by Utley. The pitch got away from the catcher, Ayla Tuttle. They're going to give her a second. That pitch, it tailed in. As I was just saying, Parkhurst had some movement on her pitches, and that one tailed in and went off the bottom of the glove and straight into Tuttle's inner thigh, and drilled her, it looked. I mean, she was kind of hobbled by it, and Utley was away stealing second anyways, and as third baseman, missed on the bunt attempt there, does Holland. But man, that's a unfortunate turn of events for the Lady Eagles, but hey, I'm happy about it. And swung through and fouls that one off, does Holland. In an 0-2 hole here versus Parkhurst. I'd love to see her drill a triple again. Another foul ball as count stays 0-2.
She's not trying to put too much power on it. She's just loop it over the first line.
She's good at it.
We got here by the Lady Cats jumping out early in this one and putting 2 runs up on the board in the bottom of the first inning. And then here's the pitch from another foul ball. Then Moreland comes up, cuts the lead in half, puts 1 on the board in the top of the second. And then they hang 4 more on the board in the top of the third to give them a 5-2 lead. But the Lady Cats come right back. That one's sent out to left center field, and somebody's getting burnt. And there's going to see 1 run score. Holland's going to come all the way around, and she's going to be in there for a double, an RBI double for Ava Holland. Holland swinging the bat very well, the sophomore. Now here comes third baseman number 8, Chloe Smith. You'd love to see Smith find some green grass here, now with a little bit of more comfortable 2-run lead. Here's the pitch. That one's popped up way high. Tuttle finds it. Oh, man. Nearly a pickle there for Holland. As she got a little bit too far in between second and third base. But Tuttle made a good play on the ball there, getting out of her catching mask. Now here comes Lily Ferguson up to bat. 1 away. Runner on second. Here's the pitch. That's going to be popped up high here in the infield. Shortstop Mason calls her away, her third baseman Holman, to squeeze it for out number 2.
Next up, your catcher, number 17, Jaden.
Now here comes catcher number 17, Jaden Coe. Coe, the freshman. Looks like we might see a pinch hitter if we get to another hitter. Coe watches strike 1 go by. We might see Ariana Bibb pinch hitting. As Coe lifts one out towards right field. Right fielder Laura Vega shades towards the line and squeezes it for out number 3. Well, it's been a fun one so far, and your Lady Cats have upped their lead by another run, and now lead at 7-5 over Westmoreland Lady Eagles. And we're going to take ourselves a quick little break, and we'll be right back with you for some more live Lady Cat softball action on 92.3 WFKN.
Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, Doc.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go, Cats!
Wilkins Eye Care, 705 North Main Street, Franklin, Kentucky.
Welcome back in, everybody, to 92.3 WFKN's live coverage of Franklin Simpson High School's Lady Cats softball. We are heading into the top of the sixth inning right now with your Lady Cats clinging to a 7-5 lead after scoring one more run there in the bottom of the sixth to extend that lead, make it 7-5. Now, here comes a catcher for Westmoreland, Tennessee, Ayla Tuttle. Tuttle, a right-handed hitter, facing off against our 7th grade pitcher who has done a phenomenal job in this outing, and throws one down Main Street for strike one. Tuttle taking her time getting back into the box here. Westmoreland is really, as I said earlier in this broadcast, Westmoreland does a lot of coaching. So that one's slapped out into right center field. Oh, Allie Utley makes a phenomenal running, diving catch. The senior. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Get him on the phone.
Next up for Westmoreland,
wow.
Player number 2, Ellery Purdue.
Great job by her teammates as well to celebrate that catch right there. I mean, that was big time. Just my personal opinion. You know, a little bit about me. I'm involved a little bit with college athletics. That one's popped up, shallow left field. Ferguson backs up and squeezed it for out number 2. As Alora Vega, the right fielder, makes her way to the batter's box. As I was saying, I'm affiliated a little bit, do some announcing, that kind of thing, with college athletics. Allie Utley's a legitimate college player. She doesn't strike out. I mean, 1 on the season. Hits for a great average here. Can run. And, I mean, those are the 2 main things. I mean, can flat out run. I mean, the fielding, obviously she's shown the ability to be able to field right there with a phenomenal catch. I hope that she plays at the next level and gives herself a good chance. Because I definitely believe she's worthy of that opportunity. Here's the pitch. A little bit low and away. 2-0 hole here is Blankenberg to Vega. Blankenberg set. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. Oh. Yep. 2-1. Vega. These Westmoreland hitters, they make sure to take their time getting. Yep. Did he? That's my fault.
That's all right. Well,
I'm over here trying to give pointers to our scoreboard operator, and I could have swore that he held up 2 fingers and called it a 2-1 count, but he did call a ball 3, I guess, and then that was ball 4. Hester's not walked a lot of people tonight. I mean, I think that's her 2nd or 3rd of the evening here, as she throws strike 1 to Lainey Parkhurst. But anyways, I'm just in here causing trouble with our scoreboard operator. Don't mind me. Here's the pitch. That one's slapped high here in the infield. Scott has got it, fields it, squeezes it out, number 3. That's the top of the 6th inning for you. And our Lady Cats hold them at bay. No more damage done. And they're only going to have one more opportunity to put any runs up on the board. So now let's see if our Lady Cats can come into the dugout and hold their own, maybe extend this 2-run lead that we got right now at 7-5. As we are 6:42 in the evening. It's been a quick ball game. I mean, and the action's been hot here tonight too. I mean, big time plays by both teams. Both teams have shown off the ability to run the bases, and looks like we are going to see Ariana Bibb lead this one off in a pinch hitting role versus Parkhurst. Bibb, just a sophomore. Not a lot of plate appearances so far. But Ariana. Coach Todd Cottle does in fact like to roll the dice from time to time. And I don't know if she's related to my buddy who I got to meet and spend a game with during the basketball season, Tobias Bibb. But it's a small town, so if you're listening, my bud, rooting for your sister here. Hope you're doing well. You'll get to hear Tyler and Tobias Bibb, a.k.a. TB. I hope when next basketball season rolls around. Got a golf cart swinging by out there on the road. She shows a good eye here. Watch ball 1 go by. Hey there, everybody driving by real slow. Man, everybody's really slowed down on Witt Road right now for some reason. Swings through on that one. Strike 1. Swung at a good pitch right there. Getting some backup chatter out of the dugout is Bibb. Oh, that's strike zone's getting shifty again. 1-2 count.
I mean, you guys
swings at that one because, I mean, it's out of the zone, but she's got to swing at it because it just got called a strike. So swings at it, and it's too far off the plate to make contact with for out number 1. Bibb unable to do anything with it. Here comes Addie Shelton. I don't know if you go by Addison or Addie, but going to be Addie for the course of our broadcast. She slaps one, get down the right field line, and it does. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. She's going to go at least a second. Keep going. Yep, keep going. Get all the way around to third. That is going to be a stand-up triple. First pitch swinging. Woo! Fantastic piece of hitting there by Addie Shelton, showing why she is an important piece of this lineup. Not only did she paint the right field line, I mean, she burnt Vega out there in right field. She had to turn hat and run towards the fence.
They usually do. It's just really hard to see from the
1-0 count now with 1 away to Bowles. Runner on third. They're going to hold her over there at third. That one goes through the legs of Ayla Tuttle, and she just kind of stood over the top of it and took her time about getting to it. Just kind of a little bit cat and mouse the game there between Shelton and Tuttle. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be popped up into foul territory. 2-1 count now. I would personally say that I would count it as imperative that we get this run across the plate. Yep, that's a ball. 3-1 count. I had to wait for a half a second before I said that's a ball because, I mean, well, you just don't know right now. But 3-1. Here's the pitch. Swung through at a good pitch there from Parkhurst. Rising in the zone to that one as the count runs full. And Bowles is ready for the payoff. Parkhurst sets, wind up, pitch, foul ball. Battling in this one is the senior. Fellow senior Grover in the on-deck circle. Parkhurst set. Here's the payoff again. Another foul tip ball. The sun behind the tiniest little cloud right now. One of the very, very few in the sky. Here's the pitch. Slapped out into shallow center field, giving chase to second baseman Walker, and she gets it. I mean, she had to really run that one down. Holds Shelton at third.
Jasmine Grover.
Here comes Grover. Now, let's see what Grover can do with a runner in scoring position. Grover with 4 RBIs on the season. But I'm going to say she's due. Because of that last time she was at bat, yes, she was safe. That'll ledge it out. No, she was safe. Fouls off the first pitch. 0-1. Into the batter's box, ready to go. Waiting on the signals from their coaches. Parkhurst. Now she's got it ready. Here's the pitch. Lifts that one out into right field, and Vega is burnt. 1 run will score.
That's gonna be a triple.
And she's going to go an easy stand-up triple. An easy stand-up triple. The second triple here of the inning. Now, it is an 8-5 ball game. Can we get to the elusive Dolly Parton 9-5? Can we get there with the senior Allie Utley up to bat? You know that she's looking to get one. Here's the pitch. Ooh, swung through and missed. Can we get to the elusive Dolly Parton? You gotta love Dolly. National treasure. Swung through him again and missed. Allie looking a little bit off here. 8-5, that's banker's hours. Here's the pitch. Slaps that one out into shallow left center field. Is it going to get down? Caldwell runs underneath it, and we strand a runner over on third, but not before 2 massive hits. 2 triples there in the inning, one by Addison Shelton and another by Jasmine Grover. We're just going to stick with you through this broadcast because, well, I want to talk to you about tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is going to be senior night. We're hopefully going to get to our usual 15-minute ahead of game time start in that one. We're going to be facing off against Todd County Central. It is a 6 o'clock start due to the game time start anyways, due to it being senior night. But our girls won a big-time game against Todd County Central, 19-1 last week when they faced off against them. Hester Blankenberg making her way back into the circle, by the way, to hopefully finish this one off with the top of the lineup starting this one for Westmoreland. But Lady Cats got a little bit of a cushion right now, 8-5. Don't be the least bit surprised with what we've seen earlier. This one, Amaya Caldwell, the center fielder, all kinds of speed. If she just gets up here and tries to lay down a bunt and get over on first, because, well, she can get down the line, I mean, so quickly, reminiscent of the runner that Jasmine Grover is. Very similar styles, being left-handed slap hitters.
Leading off for Westmoreland in the top of the 7th, center fielder number 27, Amaya Caldwell.
Sun got around that one tiny little cloud that was out there. Back barreling down on us. We are below the 80-degree mark, though, as we hit 79. Ball high. Just a little shy of the 7 o'clock hour. I hope that the rain does, in fact, hold off tomorrow, as we'll get to honor these 4 seniors. Here's the pitch. Slapped high in the infield, calling everybody away. Is Allie Utley. It did make its way into shallow center. Out number 1, Amaya Caldwell is retired. Now, here comes second baseman number 45, Braylon Walker. We had a Thursday game scheduled for you, but unfortunately that has been moved around due to some schedule changes back from earlier in the year whenever we had the, it's going to be ball 1, low and away for Blankenburg. But due to some scheduling changes earlier in the season, where we had the flooding here in town, we had to maneuver some things around, and that led to our schedule change. And our Wildcat boys, they'll also be away. That one also skipped in to Co. 2-0 count now. So we're just going to have the night off, and you'll just be able to jam to some good country music on 92.3. Blankenburg set. Here's the pitch. Ball high. She goes 3 straight balls here now. To Walker. Walker's probably going to be taking on this one another very speedy player just looking to get on base. Base runners are premium right now on your final shot to at least get to 3 runs. Tie this one. Blankenburg throws strike 1. So let's see if she gives her something to hit or if she tries to go away from her again. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. That one bounced straight down into the plate as we run the count full. Go. That thing bounced up so high and she had to reach up and snag it. Nearly ran underneath it. Now, Blankenburg versus Walker again. Here's the payoff. That one tapped. Oh, a fantastic leaping catch there by Chloe Smith. She was in tight on the infield there over on third base and had to give a bit of a Jordan-esque stretch to reach that one. A la Toon Squad. The real ones know what I'm talking about, Toon Squad. Now here comes left fielder number 13, Gigi Hale. Hale, right-handed hitter.
The pitch happened. Aaron Talley steps right in front of her, going down the stairs. That guy right there.
She is.
Can't see the hit.
To see if she was safe at first or not.
No,
She was dug in there, that back foot in the previous one. She took ball 1. Takes strike 1 that time, did Hale.
You can get it off the y'all know how to screen before.
2 away, looking to end this one here in the top of the 7th. It's Blankenburg. Ooh, that's a good-looking pitch right there. I like that one. Blankenburg, she sure liked it too. Guess the strike zone shifted on out of the strike zone that time. So that was a good-looking pitch. 2-1, 2 away, nobody on. Can she end it? Yep, ball inside. Count runs 3-1. 8-5. Lady Cats over the Westmoreland Lady Eagles. Red and black versus blue and white here. Here's the pitch.
Give me the ball.
Another ball high. And that's going to be, I believe, the 3rd walk of the evening for Blankenburg.
Next up, first baseman number 44.
And that's not bad. Just 3 walks throughout an entire game. That is not bad. Seventh grader has done her job here this evening. She has been fantastic. Aside from when she took one in relief last week, this is, at least as a starting pitcher, been one of the best outings that I've seen her go through. The runs, I'm not exactly sure what they would call earned or unearned in this one, but there was certainly some errors that led to the 5 runs in that 4-run top of the 3rd inning by Lady Eagles. Here's the pitch. Runner stays. Strike. 1-1 count, 2 away to first baseman Miley Johnson. Johnson has had 2 hits in this one. Here's the pitch. Ball high, 2-1. And I believe both of her hits were just straight up the middle into center field.
Oh my gosh. You know, I remember
2-1. Blankenberg versus Johnson. Here's the pitch. That one slapped out into center field. That is deep, deep, deep. Into the wall. Utley cannot handle it. 1 run is going to go all the way around and will come in and score. Off the wall. Utley got pressed up against the warning track and lost it. Man. She's in the cleanup slot for a reason. I mean, she has got in here and absolutely been crushing the ball. Going to get a courtesy runner. It's going to be, I think it's 92, Janiah Gleaves. Going to try to put a little more speed over there on first base as they have cut the lead to 2 with 2 away. As 0-0, Kinley Holman is coming up to bat for the Lady Eagles. She's been in the hot corner this evening, playing 3rd. A little bit of pressure on the 7th grader. Let's see how she handles it. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. What? You gotta be kidding me right now. Ball 1. I mean, it doesn't get any more right up the middle than that. Here's the pitch. That one skipped in. Now that's a ball. Two away. Runner still over on first. Surprised she hasn't taken off yet. Here's the pitch. That one slapped into the glove. Let's see if Ferguson can fire it over in time. And the runner is safe. Off the glove of Smith. Ferguson snagged it and fired it over to first. But
next up, catcher number 20, Ayla.
Now here comes catcher number 20, Ayla Tuttle. Now, Tuttle is set, takes strike 1. With runners on first and second. I tell you, things are getting a little tense now, even with their 2-run lead, with plenty of speed out there on second. Ball 1. Starting to get a little more tense here with 2 runners on. Way up in the batter's box is Tuttle. Here's the pitch. That one slapped it, gets past.
Guess what?
Out there into center. 1 run is going to score. And that ball is going into the dugout. Runner is going to go make it over to third. Runner advances up to second. A 1-run ball game now. And here comes the designated player, number 2, Ellery Purdue.
Designated player number 2, Ellery Purdue.
Purdue has put a hit or 2 out into the field. Woodall's going to come over and talk to the 7th grader. Senior leadership at play here. I'm sure she's telling her just to and take a deep breath, which she just did. Runners on second and third now. Here's the pitch. Yep, that's going to score, at least tie the game. And Utley's going to fire one in. There's going to be a play at the plate, and she's going to be out by a mile. A fantastic throw to save that one from going into a lead for Westmoreland from Allie Utley way out in the middle of center field all the way. One hops it into home. And just, my goodness, an 8-8 ball game. A 3-run inning there in the top of the 7th by Westmoreland. Whew. I think that we're going to see 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in the lineup here for Lady Cats. And Holland, Smith. Yep, Holland's going to lead off, followed by Smith, followed by Ferguson. Now, these three, Holland had a triple earlier in this one. Smith has got a hit in this one. Ferguson's going to be due in this next up bat. But we're tied up now at 8 runs apiece heading into the bottom of the 7th. You got to give Westmoreland some credit. I don't want to, but you got to. They came in and they did their job there. So if we don't put one up on the board here in the bottom of the 7th, then we're just going to see ourselves some extra innings and some free softball. Just after the 7 o'clock hour now, 7:03 here in the evening in beautiful Franklin, Kentucky. This has been a fun ball game. I mean, I wish it was over, not going to lie, but this has been a fun one.
Leading off for your Lady Cats in the bottom of the 7th, number 22, Ava
Holland with a triple earlier in this one. A double early in this one. Pops one shallow. Nope, not quite into the outfield. Second baseman Walker squeezes it for out number 1. But here comes Chloe Smith. Now, Chloe is coming into this one after walking off a game with a grand slam earlier in the season. She pokes one out there. That's shallow right field. Is it going to get down? And it does, in fact, get down. She nearly. Oh, she's caught in a pickle. What on earth happened there? And there's no one there. And there's no one over at third, and she's going to try to triple this one out. And she does make it all the way around the bases. She wanted to keep running towards home, and everybody says, stay. Oh, man, that was player down out there for Westmoreland. So that one blooped into shallow right field. Walker from second base and Vega from right field nearly collided out in right. And we thought that she was going to get caught in a pickle between first and second, and pretty much did for about a half a second as she ran into Johnson, the first baseman, trying to round first and heading on up to second base. But there was like I said, a light collision there, and nobody at second base. So I thought she was going to slide into second. Nope, she kept on turning because there was nobody standing over on third, and churned it all the way around to third base.
Lily Ferguson.
I'm sure she's trying in her head, making up for that error. Now all we got to get is some green grass with one away and a runner on third from Ferguson, which well within her capabilities. Called time as Westmoreland continuing to do some coaching. Now Westmoreland's ready to play. Wind up, pitch, shows bunt, and misses. Man, the suicide squeeze was on to end it in the bottom of the 7th.
At least show it.
That was, woo.
Show it again.
That'll get you tight for a play at the plate.
Nice hit.
Hold it up to first, that girl.
0-1 count, one away, runner on third. Here's the pitch. Slapped out. Deep. Go. Get out. Here. Ding, ding, ding. Dinger. Home run. Lily Ferguson walks it off in the bottom of the 7th inning, a 2-run jack. 10-8. Lady Cats win. My goodness. Woo! In the illustrious words of Ric Flair. What a walk-off win for Lily Ferguson and the Lady Cats. Man, you do not want to see the heart of this lineup at any point. I'm telling you. Oh my word. These girls, they know how to get you excited at home. My goodness. Got chills after that one. That was phenomenal. Man, Lily Ferguson had her mind made up right there. She was going yard. Oh, man, that was awesome. As our players meet around the circle, as they get in one final prayer before we end this one, Lady Cats win it as Chloe Smith gets all the way around to third base. And all we need is a base hit. An attempted suicide squeeze there didn't work as Ferguson missed. But, you know, I'm sitting next to her dad right now. Dad, is she a bunter at all?
Yeah, she's done it like once or twice.
Once or twice. And she shows you why in the very next pitch that she's not a bunter. Because she's a home run hitter. Her team leading 6th. I just knocked over the camera. That's looking at me. I apologize if this is on right now. It is on. Hi, everybody out on Franklin Simpson Channel 9. I'm just going to hold it for the rest of this and just stare right into the camera. There we go. Yes. Now we're talking.